Sac passe, it's your girl Chef Wiz, and that's Chef with an S. You're now tuned in to Brunch Le Dimanche. Today we're gonna get into some lobster bisque, but we're gonna do it the Haitian way. Stay tuned. This is gonna be a seafood bisque because not only are we going to have lobster in it, we're going to also use some shrimp. Now I have a saucepan here where I'm gonna actually get some water going. Once we clean our seafood, then we could just dump it into the water and we can get that going in order to start our bisque. The Haitians, they say you must make sure that you clean your meats. Must make sure you clean your seafood. So you wanna have this sit, I'd probably say for about 2 to 3 minutes max. Make sure that once you do use that lime, you wash away all of that grime and then you put it into your boiling water. In our saucepan, we are using, I'd say about 2 tablespoons of épices, that's it, from 1804 Cuisine. We're gonna cook it for, I'd say about 5 to 6 minutes. The lobster goes in for the first 5, and for the last minute or so, we're gonna put our shrimp. Now the shrimp is also going to turn colors as well. Once you let that heat activate it, it changes. It's like magic. Let it cool down a bit, because this is going to be our base for the lobster bisque. So we're gonna continue to build up the flavors, but we don't want this to overcook because you don't want any of that chewy stuff inside of your lobster bisque. A beauty. We are now going to deshell the seafood, put it into a separate bowl, and take these shells, put it back into our saucepan. That way we can get our base going for our lobster bisque. Just go along the bottom of your lobster. Now, it doesn't need to be perfect because once again, these shells are going right into your saucepan. And be careful not to cut yourself. It is best to actually do this with kitchen shears. But if you're someone that likes to live on the dangerous side like me, go ahead and use your hands. We have a bowl that has the shells inside of here. We're gonna just dump it in the water. And then we're gonna add some more of our épice water. So we're gonna take a little bit of time, I'd say about 2-3 stalks. Allspice. Allspice is an all-time favorite. Now you don't have to crush it, just literally add in the water. Bay leaf, and then we have garlic. Now, I'm pretty sure you're like, where's the parsley? Where's the this? Where's the that? This is enough to go ahead and build up your flavors. As our stock is going here with our shells of lobster and shrimp, our garlic, all of our aromatics, we're going to start chopping up our veggies. Well, starting with the peppers, cut the tops off, and then you want to slide your knife through the middle. This is garbage, you don't need it. So we have all of our veggies here. Dun, 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 dun. We got our celery, our carrots, our peppers, onions. I did forget to tell you about our Scotch bonnet. Of course, you can never forget in Haitian cuisine to add the Scotch bonnet pepper. 4 tablespoons. Now don't burn your butter. Move it around so it doesn't burn in your pot. Low and slow is nice, but we're not doing that right now. And garlic always goes last because garlic is going to potentially burn quicker than the other veggies. We're gonna throw in a bay leaf in there. Throw in some thyme. And we wanna make sure that we get this brown, like I said before. Now is the time where you can add your Scotch bonnet too. And we took out the seeds so it's not so hot. I want to make sure that I could give this to my daughter, and she's not the best fan when it comes to heat. Now that our veggies are brown, we are going to add some tomato paste. I say put about 2 tablespoons. And anise star actually pairs well with lobster. So this is baccarat rum which is actually infused with anise star. So we're gonna add some flavor onto our lobster bisque. And the smell is heavenly. White wine, we're gonna add that later, but I like to add it once the stock is simmering because I like to have that white wine taste and that sharp taste in our bisque. Now we're gonna add our flour into our veggie mixture. We're gonna create something which is called a roux. We're gonna cook that flour down for about a minute or so. And you want it to look like this, real chalky. Now you don't want this to get too dark. You wanna cook it until it's about, I'd say, amber brown. You grab a can of crushed tomatoes, and we're gonna add it into the pan. The bits that are at the bottom of the pan, you're gonna use a wooden spoon, not a stainless steel spoon, but a wooden spoon to start scraping all of the bits from the bottom of that pan. This is what we call sooks. 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 Such a weird word. Sooks. Strain that stock. Bring this up to a boil. So we're gonna chop it up into little pieces because we're gonna add it into our bisque and we're gonna blend it together. You don't wanna overcook the seafood that's in there. So you wanna work quick because these are the final steps. We're gonna taste it to see if it has good seasoning, good salt. I like to add a little bit of sugar into my whatever sauce consists of tomatoes because I feel like it balances the flavors out. You ain't gotta do that, but just try it, so good. Tasty, and yeah, on the money, baby. This is good. This ain't good, this is outstanding. You can do it in batches in your blender, but this is going to make sure that everything gets blended together. Not saying that it can't happen in your blender that you have at home, but this does the trick. Ooh, this looks so good. It's thick, it's not too thick.